There are a lot of cool melee weapons in Armored Core 6, from yo-yos to chainsaws to giant laser beam swords that do a cool spin move. But which one to choose for your build? Well, it all depends on what your build wants to accomplish, but some are better than others, most definitely. I'm Hutassa. I have about 80 hours in Armored Core 6 PvP, most of which has had some kind of melee on my left arm. So the other day I fired up my Twitch stream and got to work. Enjoy the list. Honestly, let's just start left to right. Chainsaw sucks. Rip Chainsaw. I mean, Chainsaw, okay. Here's what I'm saying with Chainsaw. The reason why I'm saying it's bad, the reason why I'm saying it's not great, is because it's really fucking hard to hit. The reward is great. I'll tell you what, the reward is great. That might bump it up to C tier. But why would I not just run Pow Bunker? The cooldown is less. Not the cooldown. I don't mean like the recharge time. I'm talking about like when you whiff it. If you whiff it, Pow Bunker you can easily dash away from. Where Chainsaw, you're stuck in like the animation, which sucks. Like, you're gonna take a ton of damage for that. Pow Bunker, you just go bop, and then you can immediately quick dash out of it. Or quick boost out of it. Where Chainsaw, you're stuck there, rooted to the ground forever. Like, it's just, it's not great, guys. Like, it's really not great. Chainsaw kind of sucks. Now, I call this the Dragon Scale Blade, because there's a Dragon Scale Blade in Armored Core 4 Answer, which has, like, way less range, but does a ton of damage, and that's basically what this is. You have really high damage on the charge attack, which has really good range, but the hitbox on it sucks. It's only really good as a landing punish. It's a lot of damage, but you never land it. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about with the Chainsaw. The Chainsaw is just good luck. But honestly, that's kind of part of the appeal of Chainsaw. If you land it, it's awesome. But good luck. So this, I call it the Dragon Scale Blade. I forget exactly what it's called. But it is just, it's good at punching landings. That's kind of its niche. Like, if you're on the ground, if you're on a very flat stage, like flat map, I think it's pretty good. It does good damage, but man, it's impossible to actually hit. So I'm putting this in like, I don't know, maybe C tier. I might move that later, but it's just not super great. And then we have Fist. Fist is a very, very funny weapon because there is a combo you can do with Fist. Fist does a decent amount of stagger, and if you are staggered, it'll combo. I believe you can do a 10-hit combo or like a 9-hit combo with like 2 fists. Like, that's insane to me. You can just go punch, 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 punch. You'll never actually want fists out there. You'll never want it, like, ever. But you can purge weapons to gain fist. So if you want to, you can just, like, get a stun, purge your weapons, and then go crazy on it. Which is really fun, honestly. It's a really fun playstyle. Mike Tyson in Attorney in the Fight Room, from Attorney in the Fight Room, he does a combo where he hanger swaps in the last punch to pow bunk you. That's fucking sick, see? Beats your fist. Fist speed quick because there's a lot of builds that can use it as a backup weapon. I mean, yeah, it's like, and you'll always have access to it. It's like kicking in a way, where you can just purge a weapon and then get it. Question is, when do you purge your weapon? You purge your weapon when you get a stagger. But if, let's say, you fuck up and you don't actually hit the fist, all of a sudden you're just out of weapon, which is kind of an issue. You know what I mean? I'd say, honestly, I'd rather have a Dragon Scale Blade than a fist. But the fact that fist true combos into itself so much is kind of insane. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to go with B tier on fist. I think it's like a pretty decent melee. And then we have hammer, or as I like to call it, the yo-yo. I think this thing is insane. Like, I am a huge yo-yo believer. On a wheelchair or on quad legs, this thing goes hard. Like, we saw it in the yo-yo video that I did. It's kind of ridiculous. Now, I will say, on bipeds, it sucks. You don't want to use this on a biped, ever. But the stagger damage it does, and the direct hit damage it does, is kind of crazy, and I feel like it might actually be meta on, like, a Zim yo-yo build in the future. I don't mean, like, meta with bands. I'm talking about just straight-up meta. I think yo-yo is fantastic. I'm a huge yo-yo believer. I really like the Lance, but fuck does it have inconsistency issues. Like, Lance is so fun. Lance is such a sick weapon. I beat the whole game with Lance, by the way. The whole game, the second that I got access to Lance, I used it the entire playthrough. I never swapped off it besides like the cheese, a boss that I was having graphical issues with that was like flashbanging my screen. Lance is so fucking fun. This is such a cool weapon. But man, it does not combo correctly. Sometimes you'll just get a hit and go right past the opponent. You'll get like a little bit of stagger, and they'll get stunned for like a second, and then you just go whoop right past them. Just gonna pause it here for a second. I just spent about 2 hours trying to find footage of this. I can't get this thing to not be consistent. So I guess I'm wrong here. I guess Lance should be about an A or so. It's very weird. Every time I try to make a showcase of this gosh darn weapon, every time I think, you know what? Let's do a Lance build. I haven't done a Lance build yet. I really want to make a Lance YouTube video. I'll do that. This thing is always so inconsistent and always makes me so sad that when, you know, the final hit doesn't actually connect. But now that I finally need it to not actually hit the gosh darn, I'm mad. I'm mad. I spent 2 hours in random lobbies trying to get this thing to fucking not hit. And it hit every time. So Lance is A tier. Just pretend I put it in A tier. Apparently it just is camera shy. It's so sad. I wish Lance was better. I desperately wish Lance was better, but it's just not. Now I will say, if you hit it, it's crazy. Which is why it's B and not D or C. I just wish it was consistent. If it was consistent, it'd be like A or S, definitely. It's good as movement tech in the air. I mean, yeah. But do I care about that? Like, when the other movement tech is like melee boost, which you can't do with Lance, by the way. Like, the melee boost tech is like way better, though. I would say A. I'm gonna say top of B tier. Because, like, Lance has potential, is the thing. How about this? We're taking impact / posture damage into account? Yes, we are. We're taking everything into account. How easy it is to land, how much damage it does, the stagger damage, the direct hit damage, everything. I think Hammer's really easy to land. This one right here, really easy to land, does a lot of damage and a lot of stagger damage, and a lot of direct hit damage. So that one's why it's meta. Lance does a ton of damage, but good luck actually landing it. So next up is one of my favorites, Laser Dagger. I think this thing's pretty dang good. I'll be honest with you. I think Laser Dagger's A tier. Laser Dagger is fucking awesome, but I don't think it's meta. Laser Dagger is crazy stagger damage. It has the lowest cooldown of any of the melees. The charge attack is a pretty good hitbox and does a decent amount of stagger damage. It's just an overall really good weapon. And Dagger had some of the highest, I think it was 3 or 2. It's ridiculous. Like, Dagger is so fucking good. But I don't think it's meta, because there's a better stagger damage punish. And on, like, meta versus meta, like, just true try-hard shit, like no bans tournament kind of stuff, you'd never run this. You'd run Twin Blade, you'd run Pile Bunker, you run something else that has a lot more stagger damage. Because that's kind of its niche. It's just, you know, it's not super... It's not the best, but it's the best if you want to do some really cool shit with it. You know what I mean? I think this is top of A tier, if anything. And then we have... I'm going to go ahead and do this next, because I want to just dunk on a weapon. I fucking hate Stumboton. Stumboton is the bane of my fucking existence. I hate this weapon so much. It is just... Bro, Stumboton is horrible. This weapon does barely any stagger damage. Does barely any actual damage. Good luck fucking hitting it. And if your opponent is staggered, why the fuck were you running this instead of Pile Bunker, Laser Dagger, or Twin Blade? There is no reason to ever run Stumboton. It's like Chainsaw, but at least faster. It's like Chainsaw, but at least faster, but does no fucking damage. There's no reason to ever run it. If you want to build directly into electricity, and you want to make it up into this electricity, then you have literally no other option, so go for it. But just run double egg. Just run 2 eggs. 2 eggs is way better. Yeah, Stumboton's ass. I fucking hate this weapon. No, I do have footage of it because I have the Pikachu build. So I do actually have footage of it being horrible. So there you go. Have mercy. Next up is a pretty cool weapon. I'll be honest with you. Moonlight's fucking sick. I love Moonlight. Moonlight's fucking sick. I like Moonlight a lot. I do think it's outclassed by Redshift, but the charge attack I think is a bit unexplored. Because the tracking on it's pretty dang good, actually. The tracking on Moonlight is fucking great. I really, really like it. You get a little bit less directed damage from the Redshift one, which, by the way, I'm just going to go and do this right now. I'm going to drop this right now. Boom. I think Redshift can be meta. I think the direct hit punish is pretty dang fucking good. I don't think it's as meta as the hammer can be, but good lord, is that weapon just fucking crazy. Redshift Moonlight does a lot of direct hit damage, a lot of stagger build up, and honestly, the projectile's really hard to dodge. Is King of Kite melee? It really is. It really is. I think Redshift is fantastic. And then let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. Twin Blade's pretty dang good, but it fucking sucks at the same time. So I don't really know where to put it. Bottom of A tier or like top of B or like behind Lance? Like what do I put Twin Blade? Because the thing is, Twin Blade does so much fucking damage if you hit it with a stagger. Better Power Bunker? Exactly, Furbsol, exactly. It is just the better Power Bunker. It does so fucking much damage. It is insane. We saw this with TY Guy in the tournament. They would basically run double Zimmerman because there was a no bans tournament, so double Zim was allowed. Quad legs with a Twin Blade swap, and they would just obliterate you. Like, they would get one stagger off with a kick dual Zims and then go for Twin Blade, and your health bar was just gone. You were dead. Good night. See you later. Fucking ridiculous how much damage Twin Blade does. So honestly, I might just put it here. Like, I know it's inconsistent, and if you do whiff it, you're like stuck forever, but like, that damage, man. And it's not even that hard to use. It is hard to rank this one. Because, like, we saw it work in tournament against players who were, like, try-harding as fuck. And then, let's go ahead and do Power Bunker. I think Power Bunker's niche. If you're looking for something that's, like, really funny and, like, can just go make a good YouTube clip or Twitch clip or something like that, I think Power Bunker is pretty good for that. It's just... Power Bunker, you can't hit it in neutral, but it's cool. Exactly. Bunk is S tier, you can't convert to otherwise. See, Bunk is like worse Twin Blade, but it's way funnier and way cooler to land, but it's not unusable. You know what I mean? It's hard to use, but it's not unusable like these two are. These two are just garbage. But Power Bunker, I think, is really fun. I legit think it's really fun. No, new tier. There we go. Really fun and at least usable. I'm gonna put on that. The funny metal stick. Exactly. It's such a fun weapon. Like, it's so cool. Like, Power Bunker is like, you can use it, it's very funny, it'll make a great Reddit clip, you get a lot of good updoots on that. It's a fun weapon, I like it. And then we have the Pulse Blade, which I think is pretty dang good. I think it goes there. I think, yeah. Because you can do the melee boost tech, it does a lot of damage. If the combo is inconsistent, that's why I don't think it's meta. Because sometimes you'll hit the first hit and the second hit just won't connect, which sucks. Like, the enemy will push back too far. But man, does a lot of damage. It has really high directed damage. I think it has like, it's a good weapon. Pulse Blade's good. If you don't have the next thing I'm gonna put on this list, I think it's pretty dang good. And now the best traditional melee in the game, the best blade that you can run, is the fucking Coil Blade. I love the Coil Blade so fucking much. Pulse is close to S in my opinion, not quite, but right there. I'd say so if it wasn't outclassed by the Coil Blade. Coil Blade is just better Pulse Blade. Hitbox is more consistent because it's a vertical slash, which I fucking love. I can't with a sword and board build today, if you're watching on Twitch, and about 2 days ago or 3 days ago, something like that. I don't know when this video is going out, but it's on my channel with this sword, and the sword is so fucking fun, dude. The beam attack is amazing. Right now, there's a bug where you can't see it on high lat, which is an issue, but if you actually are playing on a good connection and you use it, you shouldn't use it on a high lat because that's just cheap and annoying. Because if you can't see the beam, kind of hard to dodge because the animation just doesn't play. But you do this, and it just, like, it does so much damage. Like, there's a clip that I have that is just, I do, like, 70% of somebody's health with the beam. It's so fucking cool. It's hard to hit, but, man, does it do a lot of damage. And the vertical slash is just really, really good. It's a high damage vertical slash. It combos into assault armor, which is fucking dope. It's like, Coil Blade is awesome. I love Coil Blade so much. It's my favorite by far. Pulse is greater than Dagger. I think Dagger's low charge time and higher stagger damage and like consistency is better. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think of the tier list? I'm looking for some feedback on it. And Kick because funny. I don't have a Kick image, but Kick would be like SSS tier because Kick is like so like Kick is so fundamentally good for the game. Like you need to learn how to kick. That's like a huge part of the skill expression in this game is kicking. Kicking is so fucking important. It's insane. You cannot play the game without kicks. Play the game without kicks, you're going to lose. Like, kick counters missiles, kick counters, like, a lot of things. If you desperately need a kick. So kick would be SSSS plus tier. Kick is hard to land. It's not really hard to land, my friend. I vote for Panda. You like, kick. We saw it in tournament. Kick is, in the tournament that we hosted a few days ago, last Saturday. Kick is, like, mega fucking important for this game. Temperature of the kick and whiff. Definitely hard lock. That's really important, but also just the spacing your opponent. The spacing of your opponent really matters. It's a skill-based thing. You can't just like mash kick and hit every time. Yeah, quad and tank kicks are not that hard, and also reverse joint kicks. The biped quick kickbox is really bad. Like just standard biped, it's not very good. I mean, I think Twin Blade is fucking crazy. I just like Moonlight might be here instead of Pulse Blade being there, but like Pulse Blade is just really, really nice. And I'd rather have a Pulse Blade than a Moonlight most of the time. Why Chainsaws are low? I think it's unusable. I really do. Like this thing is just so bad. Chainsaw is just, isn't just Power Bunker several hits? It's Power Bunker, but it's worse. Like it's better damage-wise, but you're rooted into the ground forever if you whiff. And also, good luck actually hitting it because the tracking is bad. Chainsaw is horrible. Chainsaw Funball will never land it. Exactly. You will never land Chainsaw against somebody who knows what they're doing. It's also horrible. Yeah, the hitbox on it. Yeah. Any last minute changes I want to do? Maybe that. What's the blue thing? This is Fist. That's just Punch. Because Punch is melee. Because you can melee boost cancel it. It has a 10 hit. It has a 9 hit true combo, I believe. With itself, you can do punch, 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 and the punch, punch, punch. In the punch, 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 I believe. Sure, like Fist is crazy. Rename D to Gimmick. Maybe. That it true? I believe so. Yeah. Someone also said that they fought somebody named Mike Tyson who did the punch combo into Pile Bunker, and it was a true combo. So I think we're gonna see some crazy stuff with Punch. No Moonlight above the others in A. Maybe actually. I don't know. It's like Gimmick. Gimmick. I don't even think like Gimmick does not describe this tier. This tier is just ass. Moonlight might be here, but like I don't know. Moonlight just. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'll put Moonlight there. I'm fine with that. Moonlight's pretty dang good. I'm down with that idea. Because, like, Moonlight, the only reason why it's not meta is because you just run the Redshift one. But Moonlight in general is just fantastic. For all the reasons why Redshift is good. Yeah, I think that's the tier list. I really do. I think I'm locking this in. Bump Laser Lance up. Laser Lance is so inconsistent though, dude. Like Laser Lance, like I miss with it all the time. You land one with Redshift? I mean, yeah, you would land one with Redshift. But like, I can really see this being like a tournament level weapon on a Zimmerman hammer build with like a tank, or like a wheelchair or quad legs. I legit think this has the highest potential to be like a new meta thing. Like Zim hammer might be the best thing. Hard to use, but it has a massive skill ceiling. Maybe in the future. I'll do another one of these later. Like later on in the game's lifespan. I'll do another weapon tier list. Because like, at the moment, I haven't seen it. At this moment right now. The thing is with this game is that we are still exploring a lot of things. Like Fist, honestly, might become S tier. If people start getting good with Fist, Fist might go crazy. Because again, it has that combo. And if it actually does combo in the Power Bunker, we might see that a lot. I'll be honest with y'all. That seems insane to me. It's like Fist could go crazy if what you're telling me is true and Lance does have a really high skill ceiling and we see some really good Lance players. That could go absolutely insane. Enemies of JM are enemies of me? I agree. See, look. You're right next to him, right? Did he quick boost? Let's see. Did he quick boost away? I think he did quick boost, yes. I think if he didn't quick boost, he wouldn't have hit that. He would have gotten hit there. God, Lance is so sick. I love Lance. Like, honestly, Lance is my favorite melee weapon. Oh, he gave up. Oh, no, buddy. Buddy, you can't do that. That's so sad. That's so sad. You know what? Fuck it, guys. Y'all made me believe. Lance is an A tier. Y'all have changed my mind. I'm a Lance believer now. You got me. You got my ass. I'm a Lance believer. I think this is it. I'm locking it in. I'm done. I'm done. Hands off the keyboard. This is it. I'm saving the file. I'm saving the file. Thanks for watching. This is the most effort I've put into any video so far, so if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Reminder, this is an early meta tier list, so if you have any secret Stumboton tech that makes the weapon overpowered, let me know in the comments below. I host a Fight Club every single day at 10 a.m. CST over on Twitch, which is linked below. Hope you all have a wonderful day.